went out to Retro World Expo. This is a video game convention held every year in Connecticut. This was their 10th year, and it was my first time ever there. So I saw some crazy stuff. This crazy experience happened, and I scored some amazing deals and some amazing Super Nintendo games. Some heavy hitters were crossed off the list. So let's go ahead and recap Retro World Expo. So this right here definitely caught my attention. I feel like you don't see these watches very much in their blister pack still sealed with the original Toys R Us sticker on it. So this is the electronic Batman LCD video game watch with alarm. So that is a mouthful, but this is so cool to see. Just such an awesome piece right here, and they literally had so many of them. So trying to collect as many for the video games, for the toy lines, for the movies, it's just so crazy to see this stuff. This one is really cool. So this right here, we have this Nintendo 64. This is an official store display piece that would have went right at the edge of the shelf. So these like shelf talkers, just so cool seeing this stuff. I feel like you don't really see these very often. I have a GameCube one in one of my KB Toys cabinets, but I'm not sure if it's the exact same one, so I'll have to double check. But this one says 2001 on it for the Game Boy Advance. Just really cool seeing these cool store display items and just neat little additions here. So this convention was just so cool, and there was just literally something to do every second of every day. Whether it be panels, wrestling, things to buy, just so many things to do, and I got to see so many cool people, but I also scored some amazing deals. Who would have thought that I would have saw Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, having 140 games left? Now I am just dwindling that list down and checking off Chrono Trigger. This game typically goes for over $200. I saw the price all over the place at this convention, and this one I actually bundled and I got it for less than $200. So insane, so crazy, and just really cool because this is a fantastic game. People really call this one of amazing games on the Super Nintendo, a true masterpiece that holds up to the hype. You know, a lot of those games don't really hold up to the hype, but this one does, because it has some of the best music on the Super Nintendo. This is an RPG. The story is just told so well. It builds up as you go. The atmosphere, the characters, the presentation, just so much in this game, leveling up, just the enemies that match with you. Doesn't feel like it's overkill. And this game just really is a fun time. So I feel like they did it so well. So it did release later in the lifespan, so it is technologically advanced, which is really great. And this is just a fun one. This feels really great as you're playing this game. And it's one that I am super excited, super pumped to try out and to score this for less than $200. I've seen this game at other conventions and stuff go for over $240, $260, $280, and some people have like crazy absurd prices on this particular game. But getting one with a pretty clean label, there were quite a few that they had, and this was the best one. So I am so excited because I scored this. I finally found some Super Nintendo games. I'm tired of going to places and not finding games, but this convention had so much. They had displays, they had, you know, kiosk standees. There's like amazing things that I love, but they actually had games. So this booth right here has some of the craziest stuff. You rarely ever see these. The rare cyber bike for the Nintendo Wii. You know, this right here, just this like exercise equipment, one of the most expensive games on the Nintendo Wii, and then finding this like weird peripheral controller. It's just so weird. You just don't see this stuff, and I feel like when you're at these conventions, you have to look for that crazy stuff. You have to find all of the weird oddities and just these neat little things. So this convention literally has a little bit of everything. This right here is a vintage Pokemon study kit. I feel like I had the same exact one back in the day. So this is just so cool. You get all this like neat little stuff here. You could tell here that, you know, the back is pretty plain, but this is just a neat little throwback. And I feel like you don't see this new stuff every single day. This one right here is what I bundled with. This is Pieces for the Super Nintendo. Kind of looks like a puzzle game, and of course it is. But not what you're thinking. This literally is an actual puzzle game. You have to solve jigsaw puzzles. You know, you have these like different abilities that help you as you go. And it's fun because it is like this quick-paced game. It's timed, it's like versus mode, and it's just a lot of fun. But as you kind of go on and progress through, it definitely gets more challenging, and I feel like it gets super difficult. So I'll have to like dive into this and kind of see if it's a lot of fun or if I get tired of it rather quickly. I do like putting together puzzles sometimes. I get them framed and stuff, you know, different video game things. But I'm curious kind of how this one stands the test of time, and I'm curious if you knew about it. So sometimes when you least expect it, you find some of the craziest items. Like this amazing store display. This is an original PlayStation banner. So this is just so cool, and someone actually had it for sale at their booth, but I couldn't even read the sticker. So I asked them because it was hanging up pretty high, and they said it was marked for like $30, and they said right now they do $20 cash. So I scored this authentic banner, and I'm super pumped because I do have something very similar, not quite this one, but another addition into the collection. Finding these really cool displays and seeing so many displays that I absolutely wanted at this convention. Just a really fun time, and just finding those deals. You never know when you might find something, or when you might see something that maybe no one else saw. I just can't believe it sat there the entire convention and didn't even move. Maybe people thought it was a part of their like booth, their banner, you know, their signage, but that was so cool to find. Now, I would have to say the overall atmosphere and the vibe of this convention was just so much fun. They have this massive vendor hall. They have like Artist Alley. They have all of these special guests, like the voice actors for Grand Theft Auto. They had Nathan Drake. They just had so many different people there, so many YouTubers, content creators, and just so many of my friends. A lot of people that I have not even caught up with in quite some time. It was really great to see them, just to catch up. We went to this awesome game store, so you guys definitely have to stay tuned. And he really hooked us up. So Cruisin' Retro, definitely thank you so much. You have to check out that store and check out my video. Amazing toys, amazing video games, awesome prices, awesome deals, and really taking care of us. You know, just being able to hang out, grab some food, just have a good time, play some games, and check out the really cool toy store there. So this convention was just so much fun. I literally felt like I was just all over the place, and I really had a great time at my booth. A lot of people stopped over to say hi, and of course I had great conversations with a lot of people, and I even participated in bingo. So you guys will have to stay tuned. My friend over at CJ's Gaming Channel, you have to check out her video that she does, because we had this whole like bingo list. We had to go around the convention, do these like crazy things, and it was a lot of fun. Now I did like complete the most, you know, on that whole entire bingo card, so that was a lot of fun. But definitely just so much fun seeing everyone, catching up, seeing all the craziness going on, like wrestling and just all these like free play areas, all the arcades, and just really having a great time. Now this one, I don't really know too much about this game, but I just wanted to shout out Project Retro Games. I saw him there, and you know, he gave me this game. So this one is a Super Nintendo game that was actually translated. So I am pretty excited about this. It looks like there's some sort of like journey, and you have to save, you know, this whole like Land of Nightmares. So I'm pretty excited to unbox this, try it out, and just go through some of the other games that I picked up as well. but definitely great addition to the Super Nintendo collection, and I'm really excited to try out this one. Now, this right here was a game that I feel like I don't see very often. This is Rise of the Phoenix. Now, it looks pretty hardcore, but it has a similar style, so this is another game that I'm not really too interested in. Of course, this is kind of like a PC port. This one is a historical simulation game, you know, with these tactical aspects. Very common with the theme of these. So the music is pretty good in this, the characters are great, and I just feel like this one, you know, I don't see it very often. It is a game that's worth like more than $30 or something like that. So I am excited to add this one into the collection, but I feel like this one's just going to go further down the list of which ones I play, just because a lot of them like kind of all blend together, and I don't really know if that's how y'all feel, but this one is just one that doesn't really interest me. So I'm curious to know, do you guys play these types of games, and do you have any that are like the best ones to dive into? Because I do have quite a few others in the collection, and I'm kind of curious which one's the best one. Now, this is one that I haven't really seen before. This is Cannondale Cup, and this one reminds me of like Road Rash, but with cycles. So you're like in this whole mountain biking type of game, and I thought it was very interesting. This one has the same graphics as Mountain Bike Rally, with that like bike peripheral that's super expensive on the Super Nintendo. But the names of the racers, the bikes, and the locations are different. So I am kind of curious to see like how this one is. But this is one that I just don't see very often. You know, these cycling racing games. But you know, you have different riders, different bikes that you get to choose from. And it reminds me of Road Rash, but definitely not quite the same. I feel like it won't have that same like vibe to it. So I am kind of curious, but this is another one that I never find, and this one has a really clean label too. So I am super pumped because all of these Super Nintendo games, I feel like I have been like struggling to find them, but I have more conventions and more, you know, stores to check out. So maybe I'll be able to complete this list. You know, going for these complete sets here, adding 4 more games, especially this one. Chrono Trigger, just fantastic to add these into the collection. Really make some great deals at this convention. I feel like people were, you know, amazing when it came to all these deals, trying to move their products and not really holding on to them. I felt like this was the place to be, and some of the like cheaper prices that I have seen in quite some time. So definitely pumped for that, and having 140 more left. And now I only have 136 Super Nintendo games. So I want to know what your favorite item was that you saw at this convention through either the footage, or did you go there and find something cool? I just want to know what you guys saw. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.
Don't forget to subscribe to Gamer Ahmer, because that's what Chris Redfield would do. Don't forget it.